Now comes the part where I wrap up talking about Secret Garden by saying what I thought of Secret Garden. Now, it's a pretty good bet that if I am talking about a musical in this capacity, in the capacity that I've just talked about a musical, that I probably like it. So it will likely come as no surprise to anybody when I say that I really like Secret Garden. You may remember probably about a year ago when Jeffrey reviewed the book Secret Garden. And he touched on what he could because, quite frankly, this book offers a lot, and we don't want videos to stretch on into eternity. And I think the musical is very similar. The musical is a wonderful adaptation of the book. They do leave out some of the more interesting characters, but honestly, they make it work. The thing about musicals based on books is that in many cases, the musicals do need to offer something new. Obviously, they're songs, and as long as the songs are well written, that can go a long way. But the Secret Garden musical does offer us something that the books never really did. And that is the growth of Archibald. Now, obviously, Archibald is in the book. Obviously, he goes through the same kind of growth in the book, but we don't see Archibald that much in the book. Because the book is from Mary's point of view, so obviously, if Mary doesn't see Archibald, then we're not really going to see Archibald. So the musical allowed us to get past that and allowed us to look more into Archibald's life. So we see more of his backstory, we see more of his life, we see more of the way that Lily's death affected him, and we get to see the moment where he finally lets her go. And obviously the musical also has Mary and Colin's growth, but it's not focused on as much. Mary's is quite a bit, but Colin's is kind of shortened. Again, the book focused more on these two. The first half of the book was Mary, and the second half of the book was Colin. The musical did something similar by having the first half focus on Mary and the second half focus on Archibald, but still, for the most part, the musical is about Archibald. And honestly, that's really why the musical works. Archibald is such a fascinating character, and I'm glad that we could see so much more of his backstory. So, as an adaptation of an already existing book, it's really good. And even if you didn't know the book exists, I think anyway, that it would still be really good. Having read the book, I can't really come to that judgment completely unbiased, but I think that even if you haven't read the book, you can still get something from the musical. And that's really all that I'm going to say about the musical right now. It's really good, and if you ever get the opportunity to see it, I definitely would advise that you do so. So, that's it for this musical. Tune in